Hello and welcome to the WRAM Data Broker demo. Here I'll be showing you steps to take to log in and do queries and use the data broker. The access point is through what we call the portal at ram-portal.data.slu.se. So the first screen one sees is this login screen. First, I have to register before we can do anything. So one clicks on the login link here. And then one comes in, and again, as I explained in other presentations, we use OpenID to authenticate our users. We use OpenID from many different providers. I'll use Google here. We log in to our Google account, just a regular Google account login. Here we can log in. Once we've logged in, this particular user has already registered, but there will be, the first time one logs in, there will be fields that one fills in with your email, first and last name, and organization. It looks like this. Once we've logged in, we can go to the query page by clicking on this button here, a tab, and then we will get to the main interface for doing a query. So we select here in the drop-down menu and select a data provider that we want to query. In the current demo system, we have RAM 1 views and RAM 2 views, and they're loaded in here as separate data providers. Once you select the data provider, you need to select a collection to query. For RAM 2 data provider, we have 3 different views, collections to choose from. Spatial 1 data and the Spatial 2 are subsets of Spatial Data WGS84. And the Spatial Data 1 and the Spatial Data 2 are distinct subsets. And you specify here how many results you like. Default, I believe, is 100. That sits there. Can't change it to other numbers if you like. 1,000, for instance. And here we get the visualization on the map. This is the little window that's below the query page, which has 3 different tabs: the map, data, and results page tabs. Here we have the map. Here's a zoom in example of one particular track. Again, this is just a demo, and there's a lot of information. This information is not really filled in. It can be improved and updated. This is a very simple interface. There's definitely a lot of improvement that we have planned to do in our future versions before we go into production. There's a legend over here with the moves that are in the result sets. If you click on one, then you come to that moose in the map. In this particular case, this track is a moose, but it doesn't. Will be a lot of data in here with other species. This is the tabular form of the results set, which is underneath this data tab. It provides the data provider name, as well as the collection name that was just chosen. In the Results tab, we have there's no front-end database selected. We didn't ask to save the data into a front-end database that we could then access with another tool. I will be demoing that later. We can also do a merge, so we can select two providers. In this particular case, we're selecting two RAM2 collections to merge. In the future, we will most likely have just merges between providers and not two different collections within a provider. These particular collections that we're looking at are distinct, and we can get a meaningful merge here. Then we have results. This result here is from one of the results of the collections, and then down here is the other one. Then we can also see in tabular form here where there's spatial data 1 collection and spatial data 2 collection results in the same table. Again, no front-end database was selected in this particular query. And this is this checkbox here. You can check this off and you save to a front-end database. By default it's Postgres. One's able to choose to save the data into a Postgres or SQL Server database, and then select the number of results one would like back. So here in the Results tab now, since we have selected a front-end database, it tells you how many results are returned, the name of the database, the login, the table name, the login, and the password. In this particular case, this user has already logged into the front-end database, so a user in the front-end database system is only created once. If you've forgotten the password, one can reset the password. This is the connection information that one needs to be able to connect with an external tool. It's important that one makes a note of these information. A login is created for you the first time that you log into the front-end database system. You're assigned a username and a password, which one can change then afterwards. If one has forgotten the password that was created for you, or the one you had created for yourself later and changed after accessing the system, one can click on this database password tab and then type in a new password here and specify whether you want it to be for the Postgres database or the MSQL front-end database system, and then you click on the reset button. So for instance, here is an accessing of data using pgadmin to look at the Postgres SQL front-end database for this particular user.